I'm going to start with, and I've seen the film, what do you admire most about your characters?
With Joy, actually, I admire her courage as a woman. I admire her passion when it comes to her dreams. When she wants something, she's gonna do everything just to achieve that dream. And I think her courage more than anything. For her to fly to Canada to start all over again, leave everything in Hong Kong, even the love of her life, just to pursue that dream is really something very courageous. And I just feel like she's just so empowered and very independent.
Yeah, with Ethan, I think it's really more of how he handles challenges in his life. From someone who was introduced to be that happy-go-lucky guy, can endure anything or everything. From with this film right now, his story changed a lot because of the circumstances around him. So I think that's how he handles his life. I think that's one of the things I admire most about him.
Emotionally, what was the most challenging scene? Speaking of challenges.
Emotional challenges.
Yeah.
A lot
Quite
actually.
Yes.
Because as compared to Hello Love Goodbye, when we did Hello Love Goodbye back in 2019, it required a lot of it was physically tiring, especially maybe for
on
me,
your end,
especially on my
yes.
end. And for this one, when we did the sequel, I felt like it was more of emotionally challenging, maybe because one, we're so far away from home, literally far from home, and two, I think the characters for this one required a lot of maturity when it comes to their personal growth, and it's not that easy to portray that easily, especially in the first few days. We had to warm up ourselves and get back to the character, so we needed that time just to adjust and adapt a little.
Yeah, I think one of the most challenging scenes are the ones that require high emotions.
Yeah.
Like especially those scenes during the dark times that both characters are going through.
The pandemic part.
The first part actually. It somehow brings us back to where we were in real life. Like all of us experienced the pandemic, and it hit us quite hard. A lot of challenges, a lot of life lessons, and going back to that kind of moment to be able to make the scene work is requires a lot of courage also for us personally, because it's not easy going back to dark times of your lives, right? So yeah, I think those dark moments are the ones that are most challenging for us.
I'm surprised you didn't say towards the end, because once they're past the dark times, right? There's this moment of okay, we've been through it, but also now we're navigating our relationship, And I was just some of those choices, not acting choices, just some of the characters' choices. I was okay, so I'm curious of what you're willing to share. What is the greatest personal sacrifice you've ever had to make for your professional advancement? Because obviously, Joy is making so many personal sacrifices in order to get achieve this dream of becoming a nurse, in Canada. But what about yourselves?
As Kathryn, the personal sacrifices I had to make for myself. Maybe
of what you're willing to share. I know it's a personal question.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking of an answer. I think top of mind is me being a public figure, I think.
Privacy, sacrificing privacy.
The sacrificing, or I'll
Lives.
speak for our private lives, I think. And we are pretty aware that, it's part of the job. We chose this job, and these are the consequences, right? But there are just days that you want to figure out life on your own privately, but then some things are just it's like your life is like an open book to everyone. It's just so easy to it's easy for people to praise you, at the same time to question your decisions and to criticize you as well. So it's a bit sad in reality. So what really matters is that we surround ourselves with the right people just to keep us grounded, and that's what I try to do. And I try to balance my life with, okay, I do work for a few days and then I'll have my days off. I think that's very important to keep my sanity.
Yeah, I think for me, what I sacrificed since I started working for the industry is time. time
The
for
issue.
yeah. You know, I'm getting a bit emotional here, but no, yeah, but time for myself basically, and you know, when I started, I had to sacrifice a lot of things, like time for myself. I wasn't able to finish school. Time for my family as well. You know, just to. It's basically like the journey of the characters in the film. Like, you know, you have to make certain sacrifices to give your family a better life because family comes first with most of us. So being able to do that, I think it's really a matter of how you see it, regardless of the hardships and sacrifices that you were able to make for a certain career. It's you just have to look into the beauty of it, what change it has done to your life and to the lives of the people around you for the better. So, I mean, regardless of those sacrifices, it's all worth it.
Y'all, I appreciate the earnesty in those answers. Okay, we're getting deep. It's 9 in the morning.
I know, good morning!
So much for a 9 a.m. interview.
With jet lag.
It's late for you.
With
so
jet
it's fine.
lag,
Yeah.
Speaking of the people you surround yourselves with, are they as gossipy in real life? Not obviously the outwardly, but like in your inner circles. Like, do people gossip as much as the supporting like network of the characters here? Because I was just like, I know those group chats are popping.
I think in the Philippines, I think yes. I think it was really intended to put those certain characters because it's really like that in real life, especially in
Yeah.
Manila. No, not just in Manila, all over the Philippines. We have this group chats, you have this seek inside jokes every time.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it, you know, putting
Yeah.
those kinds of people in your life, you know, just to create color and to make it more fun.
Yeah, to make life a bit lighter.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
One of my favorite lines in the movie is about success, and it's like depends on how you define it. And it's a question I actually ask in almost every interview. So, how do you define personal success now, and how's that changed from early in your lives?
I think my definition of success changes. Maybe over the years, or maybe I'll say this is my definition of success now. But then, if you ask the 29-year-old Kath next year, it can change.
Yeah.
But now, I think at this point of my life, I would say that success is doing something that gives you joy. Yeah, joy. Gives you joy. Because I feel like it's not measured with the amount of money you have or the house that you live in. It's a matter of going back home with a smile on your face and that fulfillment because you're happy with what you did during the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my personal definition of success.
Yep, like for me when I was growing up, I grew up from a middle class family. I think both of us.
Yes, both of us.
So like before, when you know, sometimes you envy people because of what they have materially and where they are, like parents, you know, well off and stuff. But as I mature, because I started working early, you define your success. You are the ones. You will be the one like to determine how success is to your life. Like for me, it doesn't really have nothing to do with material things and money and power and fame. It's how satisfied and contented you are with your life right now. You can be successful in a lot of things. Like success, you have a successful life because you have good people behind you. You're successful in life because you know your faith with God is solid. So I think for me the definition of success is contentment. And that's basically it.
Very much mirrored in your character's journey. Okay.